Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Welcome everyone to Talking Fishing, a big show coming your way as always, and tonight is our last live show for the year. You can still watch us every Tuesday night though, with the best of shows broadcasting on Boxing Day and right through January, and of course we'll be back live in February with a little something different next year, something that you might not expect. We're going to look a bit different. Tonight there's some fantastic flathead featuring in Catch of the Week. We take a look at how to handle big cod correctly, and we talk about the upcoming holidays. All the regular segments tonight as well. So let's get into it with a big welcome to the man who travels by kayak, Adam Ring. Welcome, Ads.
Thanks, Dave. And another big season in the bank. I can't believe it's come up. It's actually snuck up on me this year.
Yeah.
It just felt as though we're hitting a good rhythm, and all of a sudden it's time to have a holiday.
Has time flied or what? And a lovely taste of winter, and a lovely taste of summer. We had a taste of winter.
There's probably another winter taste coming.
A taste of summer again. You know, high 30s today, and a bit of cool change come through this afternoon, which was pretty good. But anyway, it's always a big welcome to the man all the way from Shepparton as well, Stephen Victor Trelfall. Welcome, Trelly.
Thank you very much, Dave. And yes, it's pretty warm up our way, but yeah, we got to the city, it's warm, and we've seen...
Out of 40 yet?
Not
Shepparton,
yet,
it must be close.
Yeah, close. But
what was today? Because I think we got to 36 in Melbourne, didn't we?
Yeah, it's about 38 today, so yeah.
Yeah.
Not
it's
bad
warm.
here.
Bit warm.
Yeah.
Good. All good.
It's not too bad near, considering we can't afford the air conditioning. But anyway, boys,
early tonight.
Christmas...
It's here.
Christmas is upon us, and it's another year gone by, and what a year it's been. We've seen a good start to snapper season with big fish, but a tough season.
For it to fall flat on its face.
We've seen one of the most magnificent starts to whiting, I think, on record, and it's only going to be a massive whiting season.
I'd love to talk about that. Because
yeah, well,
we're
going to mention the whiting challenge tonight. First, the ad's out.
Yep.
Register for the whiting challenge, so that's on. We've seen a tough season down at Portland on the tuna. We've seen a massive season on swordfish.
Yep.
Murray cod, Trelly, are just growing and growing and growing.
Jumping out the skins.
Barramundi
is still there.
Are still there, and stand by for an announcement, because announcement is pending. Just stand by on that, because the Barramundi fishery is about to be reopened. We can't give you a date because works have got to be completed, but so it's been a big year in fishing, hasn't it?
It has. It's been a very interesting year, and we could speak about it forever, but I'm sure we've got a million things to get through tonight, like always, but I'd say it's been a good year.
It's been a good year. And for the first time tonight, the most, I guess, shown species in Catch of the Week, it's going to be a flathead.
Nice.
Folks, let's have a look at what's being caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano, providing reliable, trustworthy, quality fishing gear for your enjoyment.
Now, I'm not sure whether there was a strike on at the boat ramps at Western Port, but no one sent us any Western Port pics this week except for this bloke, Keith Lyon. Have a look at the calamari. Now, he didn't even say where it was, but that is a bit... I mean, that's
a big colour.
That got out of the water about 3 seconds ago, because look at the colour in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's it. I love the photos solely because you see exactly how they come up.
It's still got the colour in the candles. Have a look at the candle.
That's good.
That is gold.
That neon green stripe running down the flank.
Magnificent.
It's got a beard like an old lion too, that chap, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey.
You caught a calamari like that, Charlie, before?
I've caught very few calamari, but not like that one, no.
No, you need to come out with us.
Oh, I will. I have to, before we start again.
That just gets me pumping.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
Forward to
so
some
interesting.
Good old calamari fishing. Now, Don Newman, who is a regular person we talk about on the show.
We'll have to get him in one day.
Yeah, but his son's written in. Reggie Gazzola. Have a look at this. Now, Reggie is 82 years old, and it's Don Newman's son, we think, because we're just trying to interpret the years. Yeah, Don is close to 102.
Yep.
And Reggie, he he is wrapped in any snapper he catches, but look at the smile on Reggie's face.
Good
He got
fish.
that snapper off Karam, and that's,
Beautiful
thank
fish.
you very much, Reggie, for sending that in, because that is
Yep.
sensational. Let's go up the northern end of Port Phillip now, and Logan Perner. He got a lovely 5 kilo snapper off Point Cook last weekend. Have a look at that. Lovely fish, Logan.
That is.
They're all good looking fish. They're
Yeah, they
fresh
are.
looking,
They
aren't
look
they?
happy. Must be Christmas for them too.
And they're big.
It's pretty
He's
good.
going to be
All right,
Christmas dish.
let's get on the best eating fish in Port Phillip Bay, Charlie. I'm going to declare it now.
Yep.
The old flathead.
Yeah.
And there are some big models around. It is unbelievable. I think we've seen a year class of like 49, 50 centimetres. So we've seen a lot of them.
Yep.
But and I think they're sand flathead. Ross Winstanley will write to me tomorrow and say, David, the sand flathead are these ones, and the Yanks are this ones, and the Duskies are that ones. But I think the sand flathead have dominated the catches.
Yeah.
But you get these Yank flathead or blue spot flathead, and have a look at this. Michael Hicks got one off Karam the other day. Now, that's 72 centimetres, and it's hard to tell. But have a look at the next photo. It's on the brag mat. That photo. Have a look at that. 72 centimetres of flathead off Karam.
And you get a
fat one
real
too.
good gauge
If you
on the
caught-
mat how wide it is too.
Yeah. And if you caught that at Malakuta or Lake Tyers, you'd be wrapped in that.
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah.
This is a flathead off Karam
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? 2 real big juicy fillets.
in beer batter. With a squeeze of lemon and a bit of parsley.
Only the eggs have got rid of the netters.
Yeah, well,
Thanks for Ross's supporting that too. So yeah.
Well, cheap shot. Have a look at this one. Now, this is something special. Shane Macon, he got a 49 centimetre off rye, but if you have a look at the left-hand side, right,
Yeah.
he caught that on I've got a feeling a Daiwa double clutch.
correct.
Oh,
Off the beach,
Yep.
walking the shores of Port Phillip Bay. I'm telling you, these fish, now I got to reckon that's a juvenile blue spot. I can see the spots on the right-hand side there. I think it's a juvenile blue spot or a yank. They come in really, really shallow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Work your lures anywhere, any beach in Port Phillip Bay, and you're likely to get one of
and
those.
that's the most exciting part about that report. The peninsula is going to be flooded with holiday makers over the next 3-4 months. You can literally go for a walk on dusk or first thing in the morning when you get up and cast a lure for a couple of hours and be a
Take
chance
your
at that. It's gold. Yeah, take your parrot.
parrot.
Yeah.
Not allowed to take your parrots
Not allowed to take your
down to
parrot to the
caravan
beach
parks
anymore.
anymore. Birds have been banned from campgrounds along the peninsula.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Pet birds.
Trying to common sense. Tracy Pascoe, have a look at this. 52 centimetre flathead was caught off Werribee. Another
good one?
cracking flathead. That'd just be a sandy, but Ross Winstanley will tell me about that one tomorrow too. Which Ross, please help me. I struggle with my species of flathead, but anyway, good one. Let's head down to
Here we
Lake
go.
Tyers now. Hang on, I've got a report
Yeah,
on
the
this
real
one.
flooded.
Frank Melito, who runs the Caltex service station in Lakes Entrance, sent me this. Now, Frank, we've already put it up.
Jump the gun so much for your story, Dave.
He wrote that he runs the Mega Flathead Challenge in the whole of Gippsland Lakes. It's $25 to enter. The winner gets $1,000, and it's the biggest fish pictured, right? Not caught. It's catch and release. You just got to picture it. Now, this one was caught last week, and you just go, is that the winner? Who's going to get a 99 or a metre?
Yeah.
Are they going to get one? I think it runs
it'll
right
happen.
through. He's going to kill me for not knowing. I'm just trying to read this. It doesn't say. I reckon it runs right through till March. Oh, no, there you go. Hang on, the comp runs from the 1st of October to the Easter long weekend. There you go.
Okay.
So
End of
you've got
March.
to the Easter long weekend to catch a 99 or 1 metre flathead.
But how's that at Tyres? And we've seen it over the last couple of years. There doesn't seem to be many metre fish, but heaps between 95 and 98.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Good
What
fish,
size
Frank.
they put 'em
Thank you.
back?
Stretch it out.
75, I think.
75.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
I'm not sure.
yeah, maybe 60.
Have a look at this. Let's go up north, and Kobe got this 66 centimetre Murray cod in the Loddon River. Where's the Loddon River, Charlie?
The Loddon runs through Bridgewater, just the other side of Bendigo.
Yeah.
Went and fished that. So it's tough fishing the Loddon, actually. He's
Yeah,
done a
there
good
you
job.
go.
to
Well,
catch cod.
that's a
good
nice
photo
fish.
too. I
And
like
the
that
other one,
photo.
Rick James, got a 9-pound yellow belly in Can Current. Have a look at that.
Yeah.
The guts on
Have
that.
a look at the guts on that, and the fish, and the fish.
Jesus, Rick.
Hey? Anyway, Rick's pretty proud of his catch there.
There's
so
some
there you
great
go.
redfin in it. Cairn too.
Is there? Where's Cairn?
That's over Bendigo way too. Yeah.
Checking your geography lessons.
Yeah, I've got the mayor of Shep goes.
If you'd not the Lord Mayor of Melbourne, if you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au.
And next on Talking Fishing, Fisheries news, and we take a look at how to handle big cod right after this.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wear the line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See it down and tackle world today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
Bit of interesting news tonight, boys. Lots of news, actually. Let's kick it off with Mulloway. And the headline is a new Mulloway tagging project has just kicked off recently around the state. So be on the lookout for yellow tags in Mulloway if you catch one. I think we've got a photo of one, what it looks like. So see the yellow tag there on the brag mat. If you catch one, please record the total fish length and the location of capture to the email or phone number listed on that tag, on that yellow tag you can see there sticking out of the top of the fish. Releasing the fish is preferable so researchers can continue collecting data. The project aims to tag 2,000 Mulloway over the next 3 years to investigate broad-scale movement patterns across Victoria and potentially interstate. This research is funded by your fishing licence fees through our large grants program. So it's a massive thing. If you want to be part of it, you can follow it, I guess, on Facebook, and you'll get all the results, everything up on Facebook. If you get onto Facebook and just go type in, in your little search up the top of Facebook, Mulloway Citizen Science, and you will find the Facebook page. I think it's the Glenelg catchments running it, the project. So, but anyway, it's a good thing.
Like you send the tag in and get a hat, something like that? Or like,
no idea.
You used to? Yeah. Not no.
Yeah, that's idea. I was trying to remember how to do that joke. I couldn't. But anyway, yeah, Mulloway. If you get any fish tagged, please report it. And that moves us on to the next bit of news because whiting season is here. Please look out for the tags. Over the next few months, researchers from the University of Melbourne are asking anglers to be on the lookout for tagged King George whiting. More than 10 tagged whiting have been recaptured so far. Interestingly, they were caught very close to where they were originally tagged. So these fish were only just tagged, right? Yep. And 10 of them have already been recaptured. They were caught very close to where they were originally tagged 6 months ago, indicating little movement over that period. So it's saying that whiting don't move much.
They're lazy, aren't they?
Well, I mean, we see Paul Hamer's work of snapper that move from, they're in St Kilda one day, they're in Werribee the next, they're in Cryo Bay, and they're in Carrum.
Yeah, they're on the move.
Whiting. It's expected that some of the larger tagged fish may move out onto the coast over the next 6 months and start migrating towards Western Victoria. If you catch a tagged whiting, please record the date, the location, and the length of the fish. Releasing the tagged fish would also be helpful to continue collecting data. However, we understand that if you'd rather not, they are tasty. Although
tags.
Well, they say the tags are all right steamed.
Oh, I've never.
No, the rubber will be okay to chew on if it's steamed.
You know, one was recorded doing 110 kilometres an hour.
The tag.
Yeah.
Live tag.
It was back to my place.
The yellow tags have a phone number and email address on them for reporting. There you go. So, got lots of news here.
It's illegal to release whiting.
Everything. All right, let's keep the theme going. What's that?
It's illegal to release whiting, isn't it?
Bloody oath it is. You don't. But those rubber tags are chewy. Anyway. All right, the 29th annual Amateur Whiting Challenge 2018 is on. Note that it is no longer called the Western Port Whiting Challenge. It's open in both bays.
Yep.
Well, I had reports from
It is on Saturday the 3rd
Quiet that way.
and Sunday the 4th of March. There's some great prizes. Have a look at the prizes. Major prizes: a Horizon aluminium boat, a 4-metre angler dinghy, 30 horsepower Yamaha outboard motor, and a precision boat trailer. It's valued at over $8,000, and I gave that prize away last year to a young boy whose father was in tears, and I don't recall his name, but what a magnificent... This is the people's comp.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's
it is.
the people's comp.
Yeah, it is.
You get the families down there. It's just magnificent. Cash prize: the first King George whiting weighing 1 kilo more wins $1,000 from Paul Worsling. Heaviest 2-day bag prize is an original painting of a whiting by Bridget Thomas. And there's over 40 other prizes, and don't I know it because it takes me over an hour to hand them out. I will present the prizes on the Friday, 4 p.m. Oh, sorry, on the Sunday at 4 p.m., which is
Dave wants the weekend to himself.
And I do put away this weekend.
Yeah, the other comp where they draw the prizes before the comp.
Get all this gear in your local tackle shop if you can show me. There's all the entry forms, all that sort of
It's a bit
stuff.
discriminative, really, Dave. Like, the juniors have got a 28 centimetre limit, and the seniors have got a 30 centimetre limit in whiting. Why is that?
It's just the way it is.
Something about that.
Just the way it is. It's a great comp, and get behind it. Western Port Angling Club, a great club, and
It is the people's comp. I like that.
I tell you what,
that should be the slogan for the next whiting challenge.
Do you know the council were going to move their club rooms? They were going to move their club rooms to away from the foreshore because they don't necessarily need to be by the foreshore.
And put a walkway across the ramp.
And a walkway across the ramps. Well, good news is that
it's going through.
Western Port Angling.
The good news is I reckon the councils might be not running boat ramps within 12 months' time. But anyway, if we got any saying it.
Correct.
Have we got more news? I don't. Rocklands.
You're steering the ship.
I've got all these
press
things.
release today on Rocklands.
Huh?
There was a press release today.
There was an announcement today.
Yeah. I saw it.
Like a well-oiled machine, Charlie.
No.
Yeah,
Look at all.
Eyes to the grindstone. Or something like that.
They've given me all this paperwork, and anyway. Golden day for new Rocklands Fisheries is the news headline. There you go. Victoria's newest recreational fishery is off to a golden start with the release of 130,000 golden perch and 95,000 Murray cod fingerlings at Rocklands Reservoir in Western Victoria today. This happened today. Minister for Agriculture, Jarla Pulford, said these golden perch complemented the 120,000 Murray cod fingerlings released earlier this month at Rocklands. The stocking plan this summer is to release a total of 200,000 golden perch and 215,000 Murray cod into Rocklands, which will establish it as one of Victoria's premier native fisheries in 5 years' time. So it might take a little bit of time to establish, but the plans have gone in place and the fish have gone in place.
Pretty cool.
The only thing they haven't put in place is a good shag shoot for next month.
A what?
A good shag shoot. Good, shoot
the
those,
shags.
The birds.
birds that eat the little ones.
Rocklands Reservoir boasts exceptional fish habitat that is perfectly suited to golden perch and Murray cod, which love to live close to sunken trees and wooden snags. The reservoir already supports a large population of fish, including redfin, carp, tench and trout. Well, they're knackered, aren't they?
Yeah, they're done.
Once these cod and yellow belly grow up. And they're stocked which are stocked annually. Well, the redfin and the carp aren't, all the tench. Yeah. The Rocklands stocking plan was informed by a detailed independent risk assessment that supports sustainable and responsible fishing. There you go.
So will they stop stocking trout into there now that the natives are going in, or continue to load up the whole lot?
I don't know.
We're going to load the whole lot up.
Yeah.
Because they're looking to get a point where they're going to try and put how many fish in a year, Dave? 5 million or something?
Something like that. Now, the big thing is, Charlie, on cod, right, is that the Codference was on last weekend?
Yeah, a couple of
weekends ago. And one of the big things, a big push by the Victorian Fisheries Authority is to handle big cod properly.
Correct.
They've produced a video. Lee Rayner stars in it. Let's have a look at how to handle big cod properly.
The Murray cod's our largest and most iconic native freshwater angling species. And the good news is that our Murray cod fisheries are getting better all the time. This is because we're stocking more cod than ever, doing more river restoration and have tight fishing regulations. We're tackling illegal fishing and angler behaviour is definitely changing. The slot limit that was introduced back in 2014 means that all big breeding cod over 75 centimetres must now be released. Big Murray cod are very vulnerable to poor handling practices. And the Cod Handling Campaign is a combined effort between the Victorian Fisheries Authority, VR Fish and Native Fish Australia. It's all about helping teach anglers to successfully release cod back so the fishery continues to improve into the future. The advice in the video has been drawn from expert veterinarian advice, published science and practical observation by many leading Murray cod anglers. Here are some helpful tips and handling practices that we want anglers to adopt and promote. To land a big Murray cod, remove hooks, photograph, revive and release it successfully requires careful planning and the right gear. Good organisation will ensure a quick release, reduces stress on the fish and maximises the chance of that fish surviving. To ensure the survival of your cod, you need to be organised. Make sure you've got your gloves, your pliers and your hook removal devices, your measuring mat and of course the camera. And to get that fish in the boat, have that net ready. You can also rest the fish in the net next to the boat. A fish can't breathe out of water, so after an exhausting fight, they need water and time to recover. If possible, keep your cod in the water at all times. If safe to do so, get in the water and get a photo of that prize catch for a great action shot. If you decide to lift the fish out of the water, do it gently and quickly. Aim for 30 seconds or less of air exposure. If lifting a cod, support the whole fish and don't hang the fish vertically. That can damage the spine and the gill structure. Protect the skin, don't place the fish on dry, sharp or hot surfaces. Revive the fish slowly to allow water to flow through the mouth and over the gill. Don't move the fish forwards and backwards in the water. During the fight, big cod get exhausted, so by choosing the appropriate tackle, not too light, you'll reduce fight times, reduce stress and see the fish release in far better condition. The use of bait for Murray cod, an exceptionally popular and very effective way to catch them. By using correct bait fishing techniques, which includes the use of big circle hooks and fishing with a tight line, you'll prevent deep hooking of the fish. During the spring, when they're on the nest, give them a rest. Be mindful that release survival is lower in hot weather and warm, shallow water. If we do our bit as recreational anglers, we'll be ensuring the Murray cod remains a viable fishing species well into the future.
There you go. Hopefully you learned a little bit about handling big Murray cod because it is so important to look after those big girls. Coming up next, product of the week and plenty more next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Hi, David Kramer here. If you love talking fishing, why not get your company involved? Just go to talkingfishing.com.au and click the link to help support the show. Get on board today.
Talking Fishing.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking Fishing.
Now for product of the week this week, we're going to cover something rather impressive that you don't probably see too often in the recreational fishing game, as it's based on a commercial practice and something that is growing very, very quickly as technology is improved in this certain product. we're of course talking about deep drop electric reels, and I've got a couple of absolute pearlers here from Shimano. First, going to the Forcemaster, which is, I guess, a relatively new, I guess, entry-level electric reel for this purpose. This is kind of one of the weirder things to talk about for us because, like I said, it is based on a commercial practice. They are legal and good to go for recreational fishermen, obviously, but it is something that's growing very quickly. So that's the Forcemaster, which we're going to touch a little bit more on in a second. But the big bad boy, which is absolutely something else in its own right, is the Beastmaster 9000, which you will see pop up in tackle shops over the next few months as the holiday period really gets going. Now, fellas, this is something that is growing very, very quickly because 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we would not be talking about this type of gear. They're very complex, but they're also very accessible and make deep sea fishing something worth doing now. It was always an issue. Dropping a bait down to 200 metres, 300 metres was never the issue, but winding it up was.
200 metres is about the starting range.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to catch those harp, hooker,
and blue eye. We're talking about some of the best eating fish in the world.
Jewelfish.
We'll start with the Forcemaster.
Jewelfish. What makes them complex is the instructions are in Japanese.
that too. So we'll start with the Forcemaster. Now, this is, I guess, the little brother of the Beastmaster that we touched on later on. Now, they both hold 25 kilos of drag. So, of course, when you're dealing with sinkers and weights of up to 3 kilos, obviously you're going to need a bit of drag just to bring it up, and then you go and add, say, a double header of 25 kilo blue eye on the end, it starts getting a little bit, you know. So big drags on both.
What's the difference? They're both the same size.
They're both the same size.
They're different colours. What else is the difference?
Right.
V6, V8.
The Forcemaster, 3 stainless steel bearings. Okay, so very, very basic. The Beastmaster, 12 stainless bearings.
Oh, wow.
So
V12.
a big jump. Now,
V12.
Now, basically what that means is, of course, whenever you power something, things get hot.
Yeah.
These will help with the heat big time. The Beastmaster also features a brushless motor. Now, Dave and Trelly, when we were in Japan a couple of years ago, we saw how they test these things, and that brushless motor, basically, when these reels get to a certain heat, they stop. Now, a lot of people think they break. They don't. They stop so that that damage doesn't continue through and really start harming the reels. These go so much longer at much more force, much more drag than what the Forcemaster does.
Can I just say that I can't remember that day in Japan. I think that was the morning after you made those waitresses pick up M&Ms with a chopstick. And if they couldn't, they ate Vegemite, and we drank too much. I don't remember a thing about those things in Japan.
Well, there you go. So you can learn something.
I just thought I'd put that out in case you want to ask me a question.
So, as you can imagine, there is a very big price difference between the two. Now, this is not cheap gear, and it's very specialised gear. But for those that have tried deep dropping before and have caught good fish, it's you cannot beat the taste of a fish that comes from that really cold, clean, nutrient-rich water from that far down. And these things are an absolute go-to and a must. So for those that travel to Portland, Bermagui, Tasmania,
off lakes,
they are taking these reels and catching some of the best eating fish in the world.
Goulburn River.
That's right. So Goulburn River. So. Come and have a look because they are something else, and they take a lot of explanation, more than what we've got time for tonight. But they're very, very impressive pieces of gear. I do want to quickly touch on.
You can't just throw them on any old rod, can you?
No, you can't. They make a very specific rod
in New Guinea for jewelfish in New Guinea.
Yeah.
And you can actually drink a stubby while you sit there. You just press the button.
That's right.
It's great fish.
So as you can imagine,
tactics.
How good an eating is a jewelfish?
Magnificent. Yeah, it's like your big nanny-guy type of thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really nice.
We have featured these rods on the show before, so I'm not going to bang on about them too much. But the things you're looking for in a deep drop rod, they are all bent butt because they're designed to stay in the rod holder. You're not supposed to pick them up. They're generally short, between 5'6" and 6'6", and a swivel tip. The swivel tip means that you can lean over and grab the line, whether it's always braid in this case. You can lean over and retrieve the line without rubbing the braid and popping it inside the roller into the casing and damaging the line.
And
so
a little guy up there, Louis, focusing on that one there.
So that's the swivel tip right there. As you can see, it moves, and that's just to aid you bringing the fish to the boat. Couple of different ranges of these. This is the Revolution Offshore. They do them in the new Tag and Range 2. pop in and have a look. It is specialist gear, and even if it's something you've never seen before and it's not something you'll necessarily try, I really encourage you to come and have a look, because this is an absolute clear snapshot of the technology that's going into recreational fishing, and we're going to see a lot more of it in the years to come. So that's the electric reel range from Shimano, the Force Master and the Beast Master. You will see boats at Bermagui, Portland, Tasmania, Lakes Entrance with these on, and that is why, because you can access the best fishing.
What about the little snapper one we tried?
That's a completely different ballgame.
Oh, okay.
That's something we should cover next season, actually. But, well, we haven't had a muck around with it, and they're not really available readily yet.
Yeah, they're coming.
Write that down for next season.
Yeah,
we'll do a little feature on those little reels, because it's pretty cool.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
The
Electric
Force
reels.
Master and the Beast Master.
Something a bit different.
Electric,
and you know what?
Weapons.
At least you get a little bit of bang for your buck and your money. Look at the size of those things.
And they just plug in. You have a little socket installed in your boat, then you just plug it into the socket.
Yeah, well, they run off the same socket as what your electric motors do. So we've sold through quite a few, say, little Minn Kota plugs. They'll actually hardwire them into the gunnel of the boat where the rod holders are for these, and you just plug them straight in. That's all connected to your accessory battery, and off you go.
Yep, they're really good.
The best eating fish, as you said. So, there you go. Boys, the holidays are nearly upon us.
I know.
How scary is that?
People are going all over the state, aren't they? Like, you know, it's just an exciting time of year. Where would be the most popular place you've heard people are going?
Oh, there's probably three distinct types of fishermen when it comes to their holidays.
Yeah.
I think. You got the offshore boys, so they're going to Malakuta, Lakes Entrance, Bermagui.
Yeah.
You've got your estuary guys. Now, Lake Tyers, Bem, Malakuta, just
a lot of people going to the Gippsland Lakes,
That's
isn't
right.
Yeah.
And you've got your campers, which are going up on the Murray. Yeah. And what did you think I was going to say?
I was going to.
How's the Murray fishing, Charlie? The Murray proper.
Yeah, up there yesterday fishing, and it's fishing. It's clearing up. It's actually looking really, really good. It'll be good if we don't get a downpour.
Has it been not clear? Has it?
A bit dirty after that rain we had at COTW.
Oh yeah.
So it's dropped back to almost a sort of really good. It's actually dropped back to a nice level now.
Yeah.
Clarity is sort of like this much in the Murray, where it should be sort of like this much.
Yeah.
So
will that take long to clear up? If say we don't get rain, will it take long to clear up?
Probably another week. Another week and a half.
Okay, so it still takes a little bit of time for the water to push through. And
there you go. Up next, Kramer's mailbag, and we're in trouble, boys. You'll hear about it next.
Here we go.
On Talking Fishing.
Here we go.
Talking Fishing.
Make mine a Mornington.
G'day, David Kramer here. I'm a massive fan of the Mazda BT50, having personally driven and owned one for more than 5 years now. And to tell you what, you can't beat it for an all-round great ute and a great tow vehicle. Get into Mornington Mazda before the end of the month and grab yourself a run-out bargain. I made mine a Mornington Mazda.
Make mine a Mornington Mazda.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing. We're talking fishing.
Now, can I just make an announcement before we start Kramer's mailbag that we love everybody, don't we?
Absolutely.
We love all anglers.
Even the newcomers.
We do. We love everybody, and we encourage everybody to fish. But we did read out. We just read out what comes in, and we read out last week something about females backing trailers down the ramp. It's not our opinion. We were just reading something. But
the big girls you were talking about before.
No,
it's turned into
what we
our
said
opinion,
was some bloke wrote in and he said it'd be, imagine at 4 o'clock in the morning if a female had to back a trailer down the ramp.
That was Tony Tardio.
Well, he cops it in the. We've got a bit of mail to get through, right? So I don't know how long we've got to go, but they'll tell me in my ear pretty shortly, I'm sure. Let's kick it off. Michelle writes to us, to the person with no name. His name was not mentioned, probably not a bad idea considering his arrogant and ignorant views. In response to your letter referring to the segment on 21st November, Lost the Plot, and comments about the chaos that could be caused if a female was to back a boat down a ramp. I too have witnessed chaos at quite a few ramps, both at 4 AM and during daylight hours while reversing our 6100 down the ramp. Let me give a few examples, none of which I might add have ever been applied to me. Trying to launch a boat with the rear tie down still on. That was a male. Boats ending up on the ramp due to the safety chain being released at the top of the ramp from people not wanting to get their feet wet. That was a male. Boats sideways across 3 ramps. That was a male. Boats filling with water due to the bungs not being put in. I think that was Michelle's husband, Mark. not sure. Need I go on? Women are quite capable of being taught how to back trailers.
We taught them how to talk. That was a problem.
What?
We taught them how to talk a couple of thousand years ago. That was a problem.
Michelle, it's not my opinion. I know Michelle, and Michelle's going to come in and bash. She's going to bash me tonight. They can be taught how to reverse out of shopping centre car parks and even parallel park in one manoeuvre, safely and efficiently. All it takes is a real man who is capable of teaching without feeling his masculinity is being threatened. It is clearly obvious that there are just too many chauvinistic men with overinflated egos dominating the fishing fraternity. This antiquated ideology must come from the days of the cavemen. Men hunt, women cook.
Yeah.
I also note that this topic was not raised while Jarla Pulford was a guest on the panel. That's what I actually hit it, didn't I, the week before? I hit it from her. I said, Jarla, there's one here that I can't read. And it would have been very interesting to hear her right of reply. It would be great to hear what Christy Worsling's opinion would be on this subject. Maybe it would be an idea to have Christy on the couch one day. We might do that. So, Charlie, you got a pen and paper?
Yep.
Can you please write down Michelle? Right, because we got something coming up next. Is the camera going to change to me?
Yeah.
We have got something coming up in the new year that this is going to be exclusive to Talking Fishing.
Michelle, not Michael.
Oh, Michael. Right.
Michelle.
All right, Michelle, I'll change it.
Not happy. This is from Di.
Do I write this? Not happy?
No, we'll just write down Di because Di's going to the list.
Di.
Not happy with the sweeping generalisations about women not being able to back a trailer and that our brains aren't wired for it. Did we say that?
No, he said it. The guy that wrote it, not us. We just wrote it.
Archaic commentary on otherwise an enjoyable, informative program. We love. We promoted women's fishing not so long ago. We just read out this crap that people send us. Not that was crap.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Can you write Di down on there, please?
I did. I said Di puts yabbies on. Michael.
Now, they didn't put a name to this, so I don't know if it's from a female or male, but if you'd like to turn up at this event that we're going to announce very shortly. Kramer, I thought a lot about your show until now. Until you and your panel, including Tony Tardio, who would not have a clue, started knocking women on how they can back a car. Well, I have no doubt that my wife, who has been backing boats down boat ramps for over 30 years, would kick your ass in backing a trailer. So can you write down John's wife?
John's wife.
John's wife, she's part of it. You can get what I'm coming to, can't you?
Yeah.
We are going to invite a bunch. This is going to be better than, what's that show, Top Gear. We are going to invite, we're going to get down to Patterson River, I think, because they've got multiple ramps, and we're going to have
a reverse off.
A reverse off.
A reverse off.
With females. Anyone's welcome. It'll be in the new year because tonight is our last live show for the year. Linda wrote, can you write down Linda, please, Charlie? Linda. So we're now a 5-lane boat ramp.
Yep.
I accept the challenge of reversing a boat trailer down a boat ramp. Yours sincerely.
Challenge accepted.
Linda.
Yep.
There you go. So
good work, Linda.
We apologise. We did not mean to offend women, and we know that some women can back a trailer magnificently, but to all those women, who have we got on the list?
We've got, we'll cross Michael out, because we've got Michelle, we've got Di, we've got John's wife, and we've got Linda.
Yep.
We got more.
And are we going to have a go?
I can't reverse a bloody trailer. What do you think I'd go in a kayak for? Pushing it off the beach.
Charlie, what do you like?
Forwards.
Yeah, if I can see out my back window, I'm fine. But if I can't, I've got to work by my mirrors.
No, you're reversing a 6.8 metre boat. You're not going to see out the back window.
Yeah.
You up for the challenge against these women?
Absolutely.
I'll be the judge.
Okay, you're going to be the judge. Adam's going to be the judge. Yeah. We are going to organise a day, probably in February if we can, to get some women down to the boat ramp, and we're going to have a ramp off.
Can we please make this happen? This will be awesome.
No, we're going to make it happen.
This will be the best segment ever.
Anyway,
we're going to have a having kid competition after that. I reckon I'll win that one.
Just skip over that, Dave. Keep going.
Rick writes to us, hi, I'm after some advice for your thoughts on the best spinning reel to match up with the Daiwa short bite, special around the 100-150 price range, mainly chasing bass, perch and occasional trout. What the hell's a Daiwa short bite?
Short bite.
Short bite?
Short bite?
It says short bite. I'm just reading
I think it's a Generation Black.
Oh, okay. Well,
call me at the shop, 5996 6500.
There you go.
All right.
Bring tackle or cramming tomorrow.
Hey?
Mick, no. There's no more names. You can put the pen away.
Oh, okay.
Mick writes, "G'day Kramer, just on netting in the bays. What about other bays like Welshpool, Port Albert, Gippsland Lakes and poor little Mans Beach? How can they be able to net small inlets like Mans and Port Albert and as often as they seem to as well?" From Mal. Oh, I thought it was from Mick. But anyway, I agree. It's about time netting finished in all bays and inlets. Noel writes, "I appreciate your weekly hotspots, but when you mention San Remo as a hotspot, it's far too vague. Do you mean about the bridge, above the bridge, below the bridge, in the channel, beside the channel, on the sandbanks, beside the mud banks, in the seagrass areas, Cleland Blight, behind the police station, or where? Fishing around." Noel.
Okay, Noel. Let me just peel back the curtain a little bit and let you know how it works behind the scenes here. There's a reason we keep it very vague. We can't be wrong.
No, because those guys that give us the tips will just belt us.
Yeah, but if Noel goes to San Remo and doesn't catch a fish, and he writes to us and says, "Mate, I was on the seagrass."
Yeah, so we'll tell him they were in the other bit.
Yeah, they were near the oyster beds. Yeah. So we keep
There's a reason, Noel. Remember that.
Keep it vague. He says, no, so next time be more specific. Well, okay.
Third log around the next bend.
Yep. All right, there you go. And Doug writes, so I try to watch the show live on Channel 31 when I can, but often I have to resort to watching the catch-up video on Facebook after the show. Great way to watch it, and I think about 1,300 people watch it on Facebook a week.
Nice.
On the night, that is. That is what I am doing tonight. However, I noticed there is a change in the video controls on Facebook. It seems I can no longer drag, then play head marker with the mouse to where I want it to be in the show. This is really annoying as I get chucked out of the video about 40 minutes in, just before Kramer's mailbag, and when I had to restart it to watch everything again, as I could not move the playhead to play from a...
Kev will help you out.
Watch it on YouTube. It goes up every Thursday morning. No, YouTube, you can do it every Thursday on YouTube. If you'd like to write in to Kramer's mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
And coming up on Talking Fishing, I think we've got hotspots next. Very shortly, Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worslam's Tackle World Cranbourne. Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start. I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for.
Hotspots, brought to you by Seamaster Batteries. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
And we were just setting a few rules during the break on what's coming up next year. But
this has to happen, and I just want to lay down one real quick rule.
Yeah.
Michelle Dye, John's wife, and Linda, we need to hear from you as much as possible come the first Tuesday in February next year when we come back on, because it's full trash talk. It's on. I want trash talk from all four women, reminding these two about how useless they are at reversing a trailer.
I'll be no good.
It's game on.
The day.
Yeah, we reckon.
It's game on.
Can I get someone to fill in for me? I was thinking Henny Worsling.
Oh, we'll get Tony. Tony Tardio.
Tony Tardio.
Get him to reverse one.
Tony couldn't back a trailer if he tried.
Get him down.
Yeah, well, he's driving in the water.
But I want constant...
Tony would actually go down forward, stand a boat round.
Yeah, I want constant mailbag, constant Kramer's mailbag next year from the four lovely ladies that are involved in the competition. Trash talk, game on.
And if you really knew, we care about every single person that goes fishing, and we didn't mean any offence. Sorry about that. So, all right, hotspots, we're getting yelled at in our ear. The first one, Indented Head, over your side of the bay, Trelly, at Geelong, over that way. Indented Head. There's some magnificent King George whiting, I'm told. Many over 40 centimetres.
Lots.
Best bait,
That's all I'm going to say is lots.
Do you know what the best bait is?
Yep, bait's good.
Don't say barty grub or trees.
No, scallops. Scallops are the best bait over there at the moment.
Scallops.
Yeah, or squid strips, you just belt them out a little bit, tenderise them.
It's much better. That's a better guess than scallops. Sandringham. There you go.
Pippies.
Sandringham. People have been fishing off Sandringham, particularly a couple of members of the Beau Morris motorboat squadron, and they've been finding some nice King George whiting up to 40 centimetres. Off the Sandringham and off the breakwall, not too far out. Yeah, off the clock tower there.
Yeah, the breakwall there for the
usual
land-based anglers.
spots. Yep. Some nice King George whiting. Let's head over to Western Port now and Fairhaven Channel. We don't talk about this little channel.
We don't.
Heads up the side of the middle spit there.
Yeah.
I'm told there are some very good King George whiting biting on mussel at the moment.
I suggest you write that down because the whiting has been a little bit tougher in Western Port at the moment than I'd say it has been in Port Phillip. So
try the Fairhaven Channel.
Fairhaven Channel. I like it.
The Tyab Bank, I am told, and I know we had a catch of the week with the calamari that I wasn't sure where it was from, but I am told that there are some big calamari hanging on the Tyab Bank. People have just gone off them. They've been trying to get those big snapper, mull away on the last full moon, all that sort of stuff, but I'm told there are some big calamari hanging on the Tyab Bank. We've had this, it's not the first time we've featured this hotspot, boys, but it's a holiday destination where a lot of people are heading to, the Lawn Pier. We would love to see some catches. Anyone that is going down to the Lawn Pier, please send us your pics. We don't see a lot of photos, but we read a lot of reports, and I know your boys in Geelong Tackle World there, Charlie, hear about it all the time. I'm told at night calamari, and during the day some nice salmon are coming in big schools. And also flathead, plenty of good flathead. I mean, we're seeing a magnificent run of flathead in the bay. We're also told that there's a lot of flathead in that whole bay area of Lawn.
Yeah, there is. And like you say, you get the reports, we don't see too many photos.
No.
Yeah, it'd be good to see a few
So we
pictures
want
from
to see some photos. And lucky last, you saw the big one landed during the week, 98 centimetres. But Lake Tyers, if you're heading down there for the holidays, you are in for a delightful holiday. And I know it gets a lot of traffic, but the entrance is open. The water is fresh and the big flathead are come out to play. And the water temperature, of course, is quite warm because you've got the ocean currents streaming down the east coast of Australia and warming up Lake Tyers and Lake's entrance.
One thing I'd like to hear from the people watching the show, because I heard a whisper and I'd love the confirmation, there has been some really, really big prawns at Lake Tyers at the moment. So
there you go.
Very early. It is early, but I've heard they're big. Like I'm talking good, 5-6 inch type stuff. Okay. If anyone's been down there, I'd love you to jump on Facebook and let us know, because that's exciting. Because we're expecting it to be a little bit tough because of the entrance opening. It'd be really, really nice to hear some good reports on the prawns at Lake Tyers.
Yeah, absolutely. Trelly, where do the people of Shepparton go for their holidays?
A lot will go up the Murray.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of those areas up our way that's just a really good spot,
Yeah.
Be warned that if you're going up the Murray at all, make sure you take insect repellent because you get that Ross River fever and there's a few other little
Is it a big year for flies? People are talking about it's going to be a big year for flies this year.
We've had the water, so we've had that flush through the forest.
Yeah.
A lot of little lagoons have got water in them. And they're just like, we were up there yesterday and the mosquitoes were like little budgies, they're big, and they don't just land on them with their feet first, they just dive at you with their nose. And just like a syringe,
Well, I think, down the Mornington Peninsula, a lot of people are heading down the Mornington Peninsula, and if you want to get some good advice, just call in to see the boys at Mornington. But there's going to be some magnificent fishing. I think we are in for one of the best seasons that we've ever seen on King George whiting on the peninsula.
Correct.
Some early whispers from a few of the charter boys about the yellowtail kingfish in
I think we're in for a
the
good
rip.
year on them too.
And I reckon it's only, I think, let's get Christmas out the way. I think either the last couple of days of December or early January, the first calm day, there's going to be 200 boats in the heads, and you will see some yellowtail kingfish caught. And keep an eye on our Facebook page, because I tell you what, I'm actually staying home this weekend and just going to, this weekend, staying home these holidays and just heading down the peninsula and doing some local fishing. So it's going to be good. The other place, obviously, Gippsland Lakes, and I hear some bad stories about Gippsland Lakes where King George whiting, every year around November, December, there's a patch of King George whiting they come across, the local anglers, and they get a few, and that apparently the netters took the lot, 50 boxes
Wow.
50 boxes.
That's a lot of whiting.
Of King George whiting. They took it. There's none left.
Yeah.
Because they don't get a lot of schools of King George whiting in there.
Right.
So they're gone. It just spoils the tourism, and it's time that something was done about that because, you know, they might be getting $20 a kilo in the markets, but what are they getting for a recreational angler? $200 a kilo, $300 a kilo? What people would spend? It's just no good.
Once your spend goes around a couple of times, you'd be pretty right.
And well, with Gippy Lakes, very quickly the contingent that head west. We had a really good couple of years on the yellowtail kingfish and bluefin down at Portland. That'll continue. Plus, you've got the Hopkins River for the estuary fanatics down there as well. Pretty much what we're saying is everywhere in Victoria is a hotspot at the moment.
It's going to be pretty good fishing these Christmas holidays. Can I just take a little bit of time to thank all the staff here at Channel 31 because they do a magnificent job in getting us to air every Tuesday night. Like I did say, this is our last live show, but you'll be able to watch us right throughout the rest of December and January because we're repeating the best of shows and we will be back live with a bit of a new look in February. We'd like to thank you, the viewers, because without you guys, we wouldn't be a TV show, and we just love what we do and we do it for you guys, providing you with information and all the news and etc. and provide you guys with some opportunities to put your photos up. To our Facebook fans, we know we've got a lot of Facebook fans. Thank you. Ads, Trelly, thank you guys because you sit here every week and put up with my rubbish, and we
we poke a lot of fun. We have
fun between the three of us, but sincerely thanks to you guys because the show is bigger than any one of us, and the three of us together, I think we do all right.
I'll thank the girls.
Thank you to
I'll thank the girls. You're thanking the guys. I'll thank you.
Thank the girls. And thanks to our sponsors also, because we have some great sponsors of the show. That's it for Talking Fishing. We hope you enjoyed the show and the year that 2017 was. For the next 6 weeks, please enjoy the best of our shows from 2017, and we look forward to seeing you all in 2018 on the first Tuesday in February. On behalf of Adam, Trelly and all the crew here at Talking Fishing, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a safe and festive New Year until we see you again next February on Talking Fishing. Please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.